Bommal hard 90. We're going to take him down fast in this one. This is the Endgame version. If you want the progression champ version, go watch my other video on the channel where I use a lot of epics. This one's speed-based Endgame. I'm going to show you over 8 different teams in here using different types of champions with showing you the stats and also showing you the team settings. Let's get into it. Hey, before we go on, click the link in the description right now and you can get the great legendary poisoner, Narma, along with 3 epics. You get Anax, Mausoleum Mage, and the best epic in the game, Uugo, as you progress. All you have to do is follow 4 steps. Step 1, log out Play and Play on the PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch raid, complete the tutorial. And step 4, go to your inbox, Narma's there waiting. These 4 free champions will give you an insane head start in raid, so click on that link before it expires. All right, so this is the first team I'm gonna show you. This is the team I historically run. This video failed yesterday. I spent 2 hours on this thing with different teams and combinations and found out the microphone wasn't working. So we're rerunning it today. This team was my best time in the past, does it in about 1 minute and 33 seconds historically as its best time. I will show you what they're doing, and then I will talk about the boss during their first run. So the boss is a 250 speed boss. So if you want to go before the boss to get all your ally attackers and speeding, you got to be over that. You need 355 accuracy to land your debuffs. That's very important. If I don't land bombs on this one, then we're probably going to die. And you need 855 resistance if you want to resist the boss. You can resist his bombs, but that's a lot of resistance. This is the speed team version, so we're gonna go with just trying to kill him before that. The boss does HP burns, he does a buff strip, he drops bombs, he puts more bombs for each buff that he strips. You can't block or remove the bombs, you can resist them. As I said, I'm not gonna try that. He drops these dread bombs that are his minions, and they will do a lot of damage. You can freeze them, though, to lower the amount of damage they do, or you can use Revive on Death, Block on Damage, and Unkillable. I am going to show you one team that tries that strat in this video as well. So that's pretty much it on the boss mechanics. Once we get through here, what this team's going to do is Arbiter is going to speed boost us. Geomancer is going to put Weaken on the boss. That gives my bombs 25% more damage because Weaken increases the bomb damage. Decreased defense doesn't matter because bombs ignore defense. So there's the boost, there's the Weaken. Ally attackers will go. If Nishek does his job and lands some bombs with these ally attackers, and then he lands them on his own, then, so Nishek's actually faster than Cardio. Didn't know that now. So there, a bunch of bombs on the boss, and Brimstone for the fun of it. So once this boss takes a turn, if he ever takes a turn here. All right, so slower run for this team, 143, but they can do it in 133. So 133 is their fastest time. That's the team I've historically been using. And I never really care to fix it because basically they kill the boss and then I don't ever run this again. Floor 90, I think you do once, and then you should be farming Dark Fae. Every key you get, do Dark Fae. So, you know, getting the lethal gear is far better than what you're getting out of this boss. But that's what I've done. But since I wanted to show you other teams, my goal was to go see if I could beat this time, which was 133 was our fastest, 143 on that run. So let me show you the next team. Actually, before I bring that team in, let me show you the team settings. I'm gonna use a bunch of different champs in this video. So instead of spending 7 minutes at the end of this showing you all the builds, I don't think any of you are gonna watch it. So I'm just gonna show you over here on the settings so you can catch the stats of all my champs. I'll call out if somebody's in any special gear. So none of these champs are in particular sets. So it's just about the stats. So Nishek has that for his his first round. That's his second round settings. There's his third round settings. Cardio, and he does have enough speed and enough accuracy. You only need 355, remember. Cardio will go before the boss with Arbiter's boost. He can do anything he wants in round 1. Round 2, I make sure he gets his Heavenly Host back, and then round 3, he uses it. Arbiter, she just needs to be faster than everybody else, and she then has enough accuracy actually for hers, which she'll never use, doesn't matter. So round 1, she does that. Round 2, round 3. Then Geomancer is faster than the boss, has enough accuracy. He's built for Iron Twins here. Remember, you don't need that much accuracy. Round 1, do nothing. Round 2, do nothing but A1. Then round 3, he opens with Quicksand Grasp. Brock and the Fat, faster than the boss again. No beatdown. Oh, he can open with beatdown because we actually can get some damage in. Then round 2, those are his skills. But lockout the beatdown is important. And then in round 3, come in with beatdown. So that is the team settings. Let's go to the next team. All right, next team we're going to go for is Nishak Team 2. And this time I'm taking out one of the ally attackers, and I'm trying to, Ann Arbiter, I'm trying to just use, let's see what happens when you throw a couple newts in instead. So 133 was the time to beat for my previous best time if I hadn't failed the run yesterday, or the video yesterday. So my Leo's built now to go faster than everybody else, but unfortunately he doesn't have as much damage as he used to because he has to be faster than both my newts. So he's not clearing these waves. If I had a wave clearer that could clear both these waves in one shot, these runs would be a lot faster. So if you have that, then this comp is a lot faster. My champs just don't do it. Now I'm freezing this dude and pecking away at him. So, I mean, I'm burning 30 seconds there. Then we get to the boss. Leo would be nice if he hit some debuffs there, but he's not doing it. Did we just land weaken? Did one of my newts not use Blessed Bash? That might have just have happened. Is he attacking the bombs? I swear we didn't use Blessed Bash there. Well, 59 seconds. So that team, when I recorded it last night that you never saw because I didn't turn the microphone on, they did it in 55 seconds yesterday. So 55 to 59 seconds is about their range, it looks like, for a couple runs. So shuttle a minute. So we knocked 45 seconds off that last team. We're down under a minute. So this team works definitely better than that last team did. So bringing in max HP champs. You can substitute Marios for Newt if he's stronger. You can use a Crizia instead of Newt if they're stronger. You know, the Royal Guards and Cold Hearts and Husks of the world only do a single max HP, so they won't be faster. So you do need the triple dudes, you know, like Marius and Newts. So 59 seconds, I guess, in this version of the video. So under a minute, that's good. Let me show you the team settings for these guys. So on this one, Nishak isn't any different than the last one. Just save his A3 for the boss. Leo was allowed to do what he wants on the first 2 rounds, and then on round 3, I turned off this one so that maybe he could land his decreased defense and his weaken, but he doesn't have enough accuracy, so there really is no point. Newt, my faster Newt opens up with his A2 to clear the wave faster and doesn't use Blessed Bash. Well, that's probably my problem. I didn't turn off the Blessed Bash. I bet you he used that in that second wave, so we would have been faster if I had left him his Blessed Bash. So that was my bad. This one should be do not use and do not use. That was a mistake. So Blessed Bash, and then this one, round 1, he doesn't use anything. Round 2, he opens with Flurry of the King, and I got Blessed Bash off on that one. And then round 3, he uses Blessed Bash. So Farrak and the Fat doesn't do anything in his first 2 rounds, and then he's got beat down and Branda shame. So I probably cost us 5 seconds there by not letting Newt use his Blessed Bash or more. So my bad. Oh, we want to save that. All right. I felt bad that I had the presets wrong and screwed that team over the time they should have got. So we just did another run because we got some keys and 45 seconds. Woo! So that's actually better than the time I had yesterday on the run. So we got down to our best time with this team. So they were second place, I thought, yesterday when I failed the video. So I'm kind of happy, actually. So fix the presets on that one and new record for these guys. And that ties my best ever. We are down to our best time. Well, I already showed you the presets on them. So let's move to the next team for the contenders. All right, Nishak variety number 3. This time we're going to go with 3 ally attackers and Marius for our wave clear. Now my Marius isn't built strong enough to one-shot these waves either, but taking the newts out, if you don't have a couple newts, but you do have Marius and you do have Mikage, both of which are accessible champs, for this is the endgame version, remember, not the progression one. You can do the other video for that. So we'll work our way through the waves. Marius does do work here, of course. I do have his A1 turned off, or his A2 turned off for the second wave, so it'll take a little longer, but I'm saving it for the boss. So I will show you the team settings when this one's done. All right, so we're on to the boss in 32 seconds, a little slow. So we've got the 3 ally attackers, so we're hoping that everybody gets some bombs up, that Nishak lands those. There's our max HP. Marius just does not do as much damage as the Newts do, by the way. So if I put Newt here instead of Marius, we would kill the boss faster, but we wouldn't. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's going to cost us time. So we should still beat the boss with all the poisons on there, but 3 ally attackers and we didn't land enough bombs, and Nishak taking a turn. So he just he just made a horrible run there for Nishak. So we got the win, but Slow time for those guys because 3 ally attackers. That's the problem with Meshach. He won't land the bombs every time. So those A1s can land more bombs. So if I run that again, we would kill that boss faster. I guess for reference, yesterday when I ran this, we did get the time to beat it. We did it in 55 seconds. So when we do land enough bombs, it was 55 seconds instead of 108. So it can vary between 55 seconds and a minute 8, I guess. All right, team settings and the ones that are different Meshach's the same as the last one. So Mikage, I have shut off the A2 and these two. I shut off those two. Don't let her change forms, and then use her ally attack. Padraig, round 1, do nothing. Round 2, do nothing, which does allow him to use his A1, which could have given Marius his skill back faster, but I couldn't rely on it. And then round 3, he uses ally attack. Marius in round 1, Uz opened up with his Death or Glory to get it done faster, and then A3 is off, and then opens up with the 1 and the 2. Brock and the Fat's the same as the one I showed you before, so no changes there. All right, next team. All right, next team. This one, I'm going to try and take out one of the ally attackers, which is a little risk since we just saw Meshach not land bombs. And I'm going to try and clear the waves faster by bringing in just a different DPS. So nothing special about Geralt here. It's just an AoE wave clear. Any AoE wave clear you have, so can work. And actually, you probably have a better one. So I don't think my Geralt clears these waves on her own either. So anybody you can bring in that clears waves fills that Geralt spot. And she's going to waste her big attack on one little bot to kill her. Well, there goes her big nuke on the one dude left. Nice thing about Geralt is she can join anyone else's attacks. So it could speed the run up if she actually went in there without... Oh, she did save her A. That was her big nuke. She didn't waste it on that one champ in the first wave. That's impressive. So then from here, we're just doing the max HP. Geralt will join attacks, which kind of slows the wave down, actually. And then Meshach's landing 0 bombs here. So that's going to kill our best time here, that's for sure. They did get some up there at the end. So if Meshach had 1 shot there, then that boss would have died at 45 seconds. So that's unfortunate. You've seen that now in a couple runs where Meshach decides not to land those bombs. There you go, defeat actually. So run that one again. The good news is you don't have to be 100% on this boss because you should only run it once and then go farm Dark Fae. So I've actually not seen that team lose before, but then again, I'm only running it once, so maybe I've just never noticed. So yeah, we've seen Meshach just miss those A1 bombs, which is unfortunate. All right, so we're through the waves. Let's see this time if he lands bombs. So he got 1 bomb up on that A1. Marius does some work, beat down. Does he land bombs there? So he got another one up. Now he should do his own skill, do the A1, drop some more bombs. Maybe that's enough this time. And we got Brimstone too. So, well, there you go. 39 seconds, woohoo! That's actually my new best time. So we saw him fail, and then we just saw him do 39 seconds. So I'll take that. You know, hey, you only got to run it once. Awesome, 39 seconds, new best time. Get off the screen. All right, let me show you the team setups for that one. Everybody here is the exact same champs as the last one except for Geralt. So Geralt's the only one I need to show you. He just metamorph right away, and then I said nothing, and then I said don't flip back. Round 2, just don't flip back, and round 3, don't flip back. So that's it for Geralt. So everything else was the same. So I'm pretty happy with that, actually. So in the second round of this video, we are down to 39 seconds is our best time. That is the number 1 team. All right, let me bring in the next team. All right, we got our next teams here. Meshachs are done. Those are the Neeks. I was going to show you one more Meshach team with Teox in it, just because I love throwing Teox in content, but it's the same concepts you've seen, so I decided to skip that one. So this one is Meshach out, so now we're using just max HP champs with the 2 Newts, and you can sub Marius in for Newt. It might take longer though, unless your Marius is built better than mine. Newt does better damage for me than Marius, but I guess we'll have Marius in here too. So I've got 3 max HP champs. Acrizia is a sub for any one of those. And then Bad L and Cavalax. So Bad L has a passive which gives 20% more damage against targets under poison debuffs. So Cavalax will put the poison debuffs up against the boss, and then everybody does 20% more damage. So if my Marius was stronger and is able to clear the waves, this would go a lot faster, but my Marius isn't strong enough to do that, so it takes us longer than it could be if we had a strong one. So he did use his big hitter there, so that's why he can get through that one faster. But this wave will be slower because his A1 won't kill these guys. So hopefully he gets one more turn though, because I want that one back before he comes back around. All right, there we go. Okay, so that'll clear the waves. Now we go to the boss. Cavalax drops some poisons up. Bad Al's just level 50 in this one, by the way. Now the Newts do more damage. See, Marius's damage is just not anywhere near the Newt's damage on that one. So now we just got to wait for people to come back around and do some damage. We do have poison debuffs on there as well. My Newts will run up and freeze the dread bombs, which actually isn't bad because if we do the turn meter on the boss, he drops more dread bombs. So we're gonna see a fail. All right, well, they did it right last time, so I will run it again. Remember, these don't need to be 100% runs. I'll bring it back at the boss. All right, we are doing our thing at the boss. I guess we're gonna find out if this team just isn't reliable. So yesterday it went fine on my recording with no sound, but now that I see what they're doing, I just doesn't seem that safe. And all those guys are gonna go off. Yeah, well, I guess yesterday they did it 57 seconds. It looked smooth. So unless I don't have somebody geared, that could be a potential here. I did put a relic on Cavlex, but I can't imagine that makes a difference. So yeah, maybe I don't recommend that team. Well, I had to give them their due. I had to run it 5 more times before I got the victory screen. And what it takes is the Newts not to get bombed. So they were able to resist. And then the Newt with Soul Reap finished off the Dreadhorn before it happened. So for this team to work with the damage that I have on my Marius, either your Marius needs to be stronger or the Newt, you have to have that Newt with Soul Reap. So that's what killed off the boss and did get a win. I think if that Newt doesn't have Soul Reap, you know, this comp's not going to work. But, you know, if you only need to beat it once and then you move on to Dark Fae, this team will do it. But if you can build any one of the other teams I was showing you, yeah, I'd do that because I had to run it 7 times I had to run it before I got a win. Yesterday I did it the first time, but this time today took 7. So let me show you the team settings on this one. Marius is the same as the other teams. The Bad Owl I just froze out and then tried to have him land more poisons, but I really didn't notice he did that. Calvlex does what he wants, and then both Newts are the same as the other Newts I've shown you in the other teams. So that's team settings for them. I mean, I guess just make sure you notice the stats. Bad Owl was just level 50, but he did have enough speed. Maybe that's why. I don't know that he went. Yeah, he probably would have, but he's got enough accuracy to land. But anyway, those are those guys. All right, let's go get one more team with no Nishak, no Newts, and no Marius in it. All right, to get more silver keys, instant battle on Nightmare Hydra, and 435 million damage just for doing instant battles. That's pretty happy with that. Marius and Ninja doing some work there, of course, with Mikage in there, so not bad. I mean, they've done 500 some million on instant before, but not much more than that, honestly, doing manual. So, all right, let's go get that next team. All right, next team up. This team was pretty sketchy when I ran it last night for the failed video. So I don't know how they're gonna do, but it works, but it might be like the last one where you have to run it multiple times. So no HP, no ally attackers here, and no Marius, no Newts, no Nishak. Just damage with TX. So this TX can be any DPS. TX doesn't do anything special in this fight. I do have 2 Lizardmen, so he does more damage and takes less hits, but that is really, if you had a better DPS, you wouldn't need these 2. So you could sub any of these 3 out. So really the point is you've got a Reviver and defense, you know, a help healer. You've got Helicath, which is important in this fight. Ninja is just trying to do some max HP. I'd rather have Newt or Marius here. I'm just trying a different champ for you. And then Necmo is actually problematic even because he does turn meter on the boss, which is decreased speed actually. It's not a turn meter, it might be okay. So let's see how they do. Should get faster wave clears with some debuffs up on the, oh, then again, don't waste your, TX uses his big A3 to kill that first one guy. I mean, I hate it when your champs just waste their big skills. At least he gets it back fast. All right, need some water there. So I'll show you the team settings, but he does save his block damage for a little bit into the fight here to try and survive. So it goes up there. Hopefully those bombs go off while he's got block damage out. Yeah, so we saved our champster. So that's an example of how to use it. And the Ninja did freeze that Dread Bomb on his own. So Ninja seems smart with the AI at least. But problem at the end here is we won't circle back to Helicath's block damage fast enough. So we certainly have risk. So we need to do enough damage before boss kills us off. Well, that worked on the shield. Wow, this one's looking better than yesterday's run. Ooh, so now we don't have the damage. We're gonna win the fight. Wow, that's a lot better than yesterday's run. So that one looked really safe. So I don't think it's 100%, but once again, you just need to beat the boss once, then go farm Dark Fae. So it won yesterday down to the last champ. This one was smooth. So yeah, looking like definitely one you can run just if you need one win. So pretty happy with that actually. So minute 24, not as fast as the Nishaks and the speed champs, but minute 24, if you're only gonna run it once, still pretty decent, I'd say. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, team settings. TX is allowed to do whatever he wants. Ninja is do not use Hail Burn in the first 2 and then open that up in the 3rd against the boss. Necmo don't boost the team. We don't need it. TX will kill everybody anyway. And then on round 3, boost us and slow them down, which probably doesn't do anything. I probably should have him use his A1 to decrease attack on the boss, actually, but didn't do it. Polycath, don't waste your abilities on round 1. Don't waste your abilities on round 2, because TX will kill everybody. And then on round 3, he opens with his A1, then puts the shield up, and then puts the block damage up. That buys us time for those bombs to get to the point they're going to blow up while the block damage is still on. So that's an important setup for Kellycat to get you through. And then Pythion, don't waste your abilities until you get to round 3, because TX will kill everybody. So that's that team. Well, I just wasted part of my life trying to get a Burn Gary team to work, so I tried Wukong, I tried Mithrala, I tried Artak. I'm giving up. I've spent like 4.5 hours on this video now, so between the failed run yesterday, not just on this round. So yeah, I gotta stop out Burn Gary. Gave it a shot, but he can do 50 easy, but 90, I know he can, but I didn't find it. All right, let's end the video on a positive note. Sending the winning team back in with their 39 seconds last time. Doesn't look like that's going to happen this time, because it doesn't look like Nishak's gonna, well, maybe. No, he's not doing 39 seconds, but it was close. So hey, that's the video. I really hope that helped. If you found something there, I put a lot of work into it. I'd really love a like and subscribe for this one, and appreciate everybody watching, and hope Bommal goes down for you.